I'm now joined by a Latina music artist, Veronica La Consentida. She's here to talk to us about her music career. Welcome, Veronica.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for traveling all this way to Victoria. I understand you came from San Antonio, but you have Vegas roots, actually California roots as well.
Right. Well, I actually live in Las Vegas right now. I just bought a house here in San Antonio. But yeah, I was born and raised in California.
Wow, and I understand you kind of had a bilingual upbringing.
Yes, my father spoke Spanish and my mother spoke English. He's from Jalisco and my mother was born in California.
What a gift to have that language kept with you, supported by your parents. Not everyone gets to take that language with them, especially if you're second generation. And when did you start singing in Spanish?
I actually started singing when I was about 7. My father owned a restaurant in San Fernando, California, and I was kind of the highlight of the evening. So
wow.
I started singing with mariachi.
Wow, with mariachi at 7 years old. Yeah. How extraordinary.
Thank you.
And what are some of your favorites to sing? I know you're going to sing one for us here in just a few minutes, but tell us about your favorite performances.
My favorite performances. I actually wrote a song called America's Glory, and it was actually recognized as the immigrant's anthem. And I wrote that after the Twin Towers fell in New York. And that was one of my very favorite performances because I was able to do it in front of about 500,000 people.
Wow, 500,000?
Yeah, in Los Angeles.
And is it in English?
It's in both languages. I wrote it in English and in Spanish. So when I perform it a bilingual version.
And the Tejano music audience, talk to us about this audience and what they mean to you when they come out and they see you.
Well, I'm very excited. I'm crossing over into Tejano, finally. I've had a lot of people ask me to do Tejano music because I've pretty much sang almost every genre. So now I'm doing Tejano music, and I'm looking forward to doing it all over Texas and just touching hearts with my music. Tejano music has always been something that I've wanted to do. I just never had anyone to really produce it because Las Vegas doesn't play Tejano.
Right, you have to come to Texas.
I had to come to Texas. Yeah. So
you're obviously investing. You got a home in San Antonio.
Yes. So now I'm in Texas, and I feel, the way I explain it is that it just feels right. It feels like the most comfortable music I've ever sang. I feel very cozy in Tejano music.
Well, California used to be part of Texas, I believe.
Yeah.
Or at least part of Mexico.
Yeah.
So we're all connected regionally here, and well, it's such a gift to be able to see you perform here in our studios. I'm a second generation Mexican American myself.
Oh.
And so I love Tejano music. Maybe I don't know all the words, but I can get that beat, right?
Right. The music gets into your spirit, and I think that's what's important, you know.
Especially those songs about heartbreak.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're really healing somehow just to listen.
Exactly.
And sing that.
Exactly.
And before we go to the performance, I have to know, who are your biggest inspirations as far as other Tejano artists go?
Well, of course, Selena. Like, that's just...
You have to.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, ever since...
And she started singing in restaurants like you at a young age. Yeah,
we have a lot of similarities. I've always followed her songs, and I've sang a lot of her songs in some events. So I think she's mainly the main one. I mean, I like some other groups. I know of Jay Perez. I know, I've always listened to Intocable. I've loved their music. So I have a lot of different ones that I like, but I think she's the one that I would say is the one I like the most.
She's La Reina.
Right, exactly.
Well, thank you, Veronica. We're going to go to a break, but when we come back, we're going to take in a performance.
Yes, thank you.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Me juraste nunca causarme tanto dolor.